Dandadan, Dandadan. It's a show with a lot of talent to show off. It's honestly so peak. Mid-glazing session and I forgot I was supposed to record a video. This show is perfect. From the humor to the animation to the characters, even the love story is peak. There's so much to say about this show. In the first few episodes, there are weenie fiend thief aliens who want to steal the No-No Square. It doesn't get much better than this, folks. All the characters in Dandadan have their own personalities. Arya is arrogant, Momo is lovebound, and Ken's a geek. Each of them are thrust into alien ghost combat after a bet gone wrong. You ever just bet just to realize you shouldn't have bet? That's this here. Ken gets the powers of Turbo Granny, an old demon lady who helps dead teenage girls. That's kinda your Naruto main character for the show, but the show's propped up by so much more. Having these aliens soul Goldabees to steal someone's privates is so funny. The animation is level with some of the best out there, and the concept is pretty clear and neat. The show's about ghosts and aliens. Rad. Another character is Psycho, and she's so bad, I'd risk it all for this grandma. Pause. The important part is that this show is great, and with episodes still coming out, I can tell I won't be disappointed by it. There's this mantis shrimp alien they fight, which is super cool, and his main thing is also trying to steal these guys' No-No Square. If I had to give it a ranking, I'd give it a 9. 10 is reserved for One Punch Man at this point, and One Piece. That show is gas. The premise of the show, or what their main goal is to find Momo's balls after Turbo Granny stole them and ditched them. So this guy's just running around with no testiculars, and I think that's funny. But Ken likes aliens and Momo likes ghosts, so the bet for each of them is to find one, and that just goes wrong. It just goes wrong. Where the aliens end up wanting Momo's reproductives, and Ken gets chased by Turbo Granny. After the ghost possesses Ken, Momo has to keep her hands in his direction to ward off any Granny outrages. In episode 2, they go to Momo's grandmother's house, looking for her grandmother, Psycho. Who knew they could make a grandmother so big and so beautiful? Willing to risk it all right here and now for this fossil digits. Ken walks through a gate and combusts because of a talisman placed there, so he's just on fire. This is where they realize his member has been dismembered. Bonk, no more weenie for you. I guess this guy's shit's piss now. That's what he does. He just shits piss. An alien appears and they fight it. They tag team this sumo wrestler alien and defeat him. The end. Episode 3, we get to meet Psycho. Finally, she graces us with her presence. Turns out she's a spirit medium, hence the talisman. The episode we just met her and had transformed Ken fight the grandma. But she wins easily, using some of her grandma experience. How hot. Episode 4, our duo ends up going back to the location of the ghost to trick it into moving away from its location so it will be quelled. They do this by moving onto a train and they win. The fighting in this episode was stellar even if it was just running. It looked magnificent. Then we learned in episode 5 that after seeing Turbo Granny disintegrate on the train that she's not really dead and was hiding inside Ken. He learns he's now missing his balls instead of his member. Since defeating the Turbo Granny bestowed him endowment, Turbo Granny makes a little deal to give him his balls back in exchange for her powers. In episode 6, we meet our next main character, Ira, popular and arrogant. She has the stolen ball and believes she's chosen to save the world with newfound abilities. Turns out it was Ken's testicles the entire time though. I forgot to mention this, but Turbo Granny is inside a plush toy cat now. We get a fight in this episode with a dead mother who lost her daughter in debt or something. El Bozo. Episode 7 sees us ending this fight. The choreography is pretty good and colors are visually swell. Episode 8, we get some romance development. Arya likes Ken now, since he saved her. Bar is too high, ladies. A little lower, please. This episode, Ken wrestles Arya and ends up over on top of her. with Momo catching them. Then there's the Loch Ness monster who shoots lasers. Frickin' lasers. This show is so cool. The aliens from episode 1 are back, and they're just as horned up as ever. No stopping these guys from taking your Vienna sausages. Now they also want our cast for their powers. Slimy. Episode 9, they fight a punch alien and a mantis alien. The entire fights are underwater, and Nessie is shooting lasers at them. All of these fights are properly set up and executed nicely. None of it is rushed. All of it is well paced. The latest episode, episode 10, is one where a Kappa alien whose blood is milk comes and gets help from our crew who decide to give him a cow. He abducts the cow and now he can feed his kid. His child can get milk now. He just drinks his own blood. Pretty basic episode, but still looks amazing. Dandadan is a remarkable show, and I can't wait to see more. So far, not a bit of this show is done wrong, so a 9 out of 10 is where I'd place this show. Anyways, that's about it. Bye.
Anyway, guys, that's the end of the series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that like button just like I smashed your mom.